A little bit about me. I was born in Marion, Ohio in 1953. I have two sisters and a baby brother, and we were all born in Marion, Ohio. And so we lived in Marion until I was going into the first grade. So it wasn't a long time, but lived there till I entered first grade. And then we moved to Lima, Ohio. And of course, being, wounded emotionally from the war and the bankruptcy on top of it, the drinking began. And, Mom and Dad were not saved at the time. And so the liquor became a big part of our family dynamics. We rented a house in town, and so that's when I started going to church with my girlfriend Deb. And her aunt and uncle lived behind us, and they attended the church. And so nobody would take us to church. So I remember Oscar and Martha Williams were always willing to take us to church. They stopped by the house every service to take us to church. Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, anytime we wanted to go, they were willing to load us up and take us to church. And that's how we got to church until I learned to drive. When I was in, I guess, junior high, I saw Russ. I didn't meet him in junior high, but I knew who he was. Our two little schools consolidated, so we were in junior high together. And that's where everybody knew who he was because he was the big basketball star at that time. And so I saw him, but never met him until high school. And some friends of his in his little town started playing matchmaker, and they talked him into asking me out. And so he did. And I was allowed to go out with Russ just shortly before my 16th birthday. Now, we didn't go far. We just went down the street. Our high school was in our town. So the high school was just, we really did walk to high school. So it was just down the street, and we went to a junior class play. And so Dad let me go. He said, I'm going to let you go. You're not old enough to date, but I'm going to let you go because I know Russ's father, Joe, and he's a good man and it's a good family. Now, Russ's parents were not saved at the time either, and so, but Dad thought they were a good family, and he allowed me to go. And so that's where our high school romance started, was at the junior class play that night. And so Russ and I continued to date. We dated through college, got married when he was a senior, and 2020, our lives were turned upside down because during the Thanksgiving holidays, I was diagnosed with cancer, with lymphoma. It was stage 4. The oncologist told me that it was curable, and he said it's going to feel like you're going to die when you go through the treatment because the treatment is rough, and he said you're going to feel like you're going to die, but he said I promise you you're going to survive this. And so I did. With the Lord's help, I survived it. It was very, very rough, very, very rough, but I survived it, and I'm thankful today that I can say that I am a cancer survivor. One evening we were home, and I thought Russ was having a stroke, and so he lost all mobility on his left side. And so immediately I said, we have to go to the emergency room. We can't, I don't know what's wrong. I thought he was, like I said, I thought he was having a stroke, and I said, we have got to go to the emergency room. I don't know, I can't help you. We went in, and after some scans that took place, the doctor came back, and he said, it's not a stroke. And Travis was with me, and we said, well, what is it? And he said, well, there's a very large mass on the right side of his brain. So then our journey began again with cancer, another round of cancer in our family. And so we did the treatments, and he lived which we were thankful for this, he lived 21 months, is Psalm 34:18, and it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit." And that verse is so true, so, so true. I feel his closeness, I feel his strength. When I'm weak, he's strong and he helps me.